Mr. Orr. Those of you that are new to the class. Today we're going to be talking about conjunctions, mainly words that can be used to combine sentences and how they change sentences, the meanings of sentences and things like that. Partially we're going off of this because we've been reading The Outsiders and we've been talking about word choices within the book. First off, can I get somebody to come up and be a recorder for us for a moment? First off, we're going to go through a couple of these words and see what how we can define these words. Because depending on how we use them in a sentence depends on what that sentence means. So we kind of need to understand how we would define these words. Anybody have an idea how to define for?
Use our dictionary?
Isn't that like a preposition?
Well, I mean, kind of like how would you use it in a sentence? Let's put it that way. You can think about it. Kind of use it like a result or a cause. Like, let's say, Mary enjoys math, for it is challenging. Think about how that sentence works. That's kind of what I mean. It's like a result or cause.
Okay.
That's what I'm kind of looking for. Is how it's used. How would you define it in the use of a sentence? Can anybody help with and?
Is it conjunction?
Yeah.
It
All
joins
these-
two sentences together.
Write that down.
Like listing or?
Plus.
Plus, addition. All those are correct. What about nor?
Neither nor.
Like
Not
not?
included, not.
Not including.
Yeah.
It's kind of like and. Would you say it adds? Think that's more like in a negative form. How about or?
Like instead?
Yeah, you can go with instead. Kind of contrast between the two parts of the sentence. What about yet? Anybody have an idea?
Is it?
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of the other
It's like
words
a
more used.
corner being turned or something. I don't know how to explain it.
A break.
Or? Yeah.
It's kind of like
For?
but. It's a contrast. You can use it in contrast. Now, what about so?
Explaining. Or
Because.
Like, how does
In
it
addition.
do with the sentence? How does it work?
So what's the
You guys are almost there. I can hear it.
I don't know how to explain them.
It's kind of like it's the opposite of for, where for does like the result and cause. So does a cause with the result. It basically flips the sentence. If you think of it that way. Like the coach praised the team excessively, so the players stopped believing him. Whereas Mary enjoyed math.
Keep going.
Well, again, thank you, Brittany, for your help. Well, we're going to watch a quick little video about conjunctions, and we'll talk about it here. Just get, maybe if I get the volume up.
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses.
Conjunction, junction, how's that function?
I got 3 favorite cards that get most of my job done.
Conjunction, junction, what's their function?
I got and, but, and, or. They'll get you pretty far. And, that's an additive, like this and that. But, that's sort of the opposite. Not this, but that. And then there's or. O-R. When you have a choice like this or that. And, but, and, or get you pretty far.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up 2 boxcars, making them run right. Milk and honey, bread, butter, peas and rice.
Hey, that's nice.
Dirty but happy, digging and scratching, losing your shoe and a button or 2. He's poor but honest, sad but true. Ooh.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
We got two kinds to one when you say something like this. Choice, either now or later, or no choice. Neither now nor ever.
Hey, that's clever.
Eat this or that, grow thin or fat. Never mind, I wouldn't do that. I'm fat enough now.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up phrases and clauses that balance like out of the frying pan and into the fire. He cut loose the sandbags, but the balloon wouldn't go any higher. Let's go up to the mountains or down to the seas. You should always say thank you or at least say please.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses in complex sentences like in the mornings when I'm usually wide awake, I love to take a walk through the gardens and down by the lake where I often see a duck and a drake. And I wonder as I walk by just what they'd say if they could speak. Although I know that's an absurd thought.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up cars and making a function.
Conjunction, junction, how's that function?
Like tying up words and phrases.
Well, going back now, what you guys have seen from the video, I mean, they had a couple of words. From how the video portrayed those words, like but and, are those how they define them similar to how he defined them here?
Mm-hmm.
They are?
Yes.
So, now with that thought in mind, talk about how these words are used and how they may do with sentences. Can I get somebody else to come up here and record for us, please? Anybody? Got a couple of sentences here. What I want for you guys to do out loud with everybody here, so we can kind of share. How would you combine these words, and then with those words that we were using, so you have for and nor, but, or, yet, and so. Think about how we could use those words to combine these two sentences, and how they would change the sentence. So you have Sid and Sal found an old, inexpensive house they could afford. They bought it. Any ideas?
Comma after afford, so they bought it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Combining the sentences?
Combining sentences. Is that a combination? The combining.
Sorry.
Your turn. So, now what would happen, so you got what they did and it's the result they bought it, and how that sentence is correct. Now what would you do if you put like and? Would that completely change the sentence? Instead of so it was and? And they bought it?
Yeah, that would kind of like, I don't know.
It doesn't quite sound right, but I mean,
Okay.
you know? Okay. Well, we'll go around at the second sentence here. We'll do a couple more since it sounds like you guys are already pretty much understand what's going on here, but I want you to get one more example here. They wanted a newer house. New houses were too costly. Any ideas how we combine these sentences using
But,
is there any other way we can possibly combine it?
they want a new house.
How it would change it?
So, no, yeah, no. And but for no, what was it?
More.
The problem is, sometimes you're looking at it, it's like, okay, what sounds better versus the other
Yet.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Better
like,
yet.
that's a conjunction that changes the idea, like it swoops it another way.
Correct. So, well, we'll go on to starting the next activity. We have to come back to it here in a minute. I'm going to pair you guys off.